Has anybody ever been in a situation where you feel like it's just too much and you feel like your life is over? Anybody ever been there? Anybody ever felt that way? I mean, come on now. We get to this point in our lives where we feel like it's just too much. Like you just feel like you cannot do it anymore. Let's talk about it. But first, the sponsor of this video, my brand new book, The Hush Language Mental Health Journal, Youth Edition. Like I say in every video, please stop by my website. The description will be down below in the description box. And as a pinned comment, if you're here on YouTube, check me out. Use code YAY10, that's YAY10 for 10% off your purchase. And while you're there, check out all of my other books for your pleasure. Thank you for your support. It is greatly appreciated. Now let's hop into this video. Yes, to answer the question that I posed at the beginning, I have felt that way and I feel that way sometimes. If I could just be honest and if I could just be a little bit human right now, okay? Because sometimes we put people on pedestals and we feel like they can't be human and really share what it is that they feel or they're going through, right? But yes, I get there sometimes. Just I feel like um, my life hasn't even started yet, you know. And there are other times where I feel like, oh my God, you have done so much. Sometimes I just feel like, boo, like what's going on? What's this? What's happening in my life? What decisions do I need to make? What do you do when you get to that point where you feel like your life is over? Or you feel like, I know it may seem like I am over exaggerating, but no, people really get to that point where they feel like their life is over, or they feel like they just give up. They get tired and overwhelmed and exhausted and depressed and anxious about everything. You ever feel like that? I do. I feel like that sometimes. Sometimes I just get depressed about a situation. I get overwhelmed about a situation. I get to the point where I feel like I'm putting my all in all into something and there's nothing like coming back. What do you do? What do you do in that situation? Let me know down below, what do y'all do? But what I'm learning to do for myself, and it can be very difficult sometimes, but what I'm learning to do for myself is take a step back, breathe a little bit. Um, I'm already an antisocial person, meaning I love my space and I love being with myself um, as a creative. But don't get me wrong, I do enjoy people. I do being around people. I just, after a while, I get overwhelmed a little bit. Um, and I need to step back and recharge. Any introverts out there, you need to step back and recharge, and you just need some time and some space to do you before you get around anybody else or another crowd or another event or whatever it is, right? So that's how I am. But what do you do when you feel like you've done everything or you're trying so hard and it's just like, this is like the end of my life. I can't go on no more. I can't do this anymore. It's just too much. What do you do? Number one, I'm learning to put a smile on my face. Now, I don't always get this. I do not always um, wake up in the morning and go about my day and feel like smiling. I just don't. I just don't. The human side of me be like, whatever, back up, homie. But I'm learning to smile. It can be difficult sometimes, but it really boosts my morale for the moment, at least. And any moment that I could sort of get this revival in my spirit going where I feel a little bit more confident, I'll take it, honey. So I'm learning to smile, and I encourage you to do the same as well as I continue to encourage myself, because sometimes I just, that's just not it for me. But another thing that I'm learning to do for myself is, again, like I said, um, taking time for myself, learning to smile, and then also writing the things down that I've accomplished. So that way I can feel the energy of my own existence. You know what I mean? So I can feel that I am here, I'm alive, I'm well, I am breathing. Toy, you are doing what you're supposed to do. So writing down the things that you've already accomplished, it's not to boast or to brag. You don't even have to share it with anyone. But it's okay if you do. You worked hard, so share it. But I'm learning how to just write down the things that I've accomplished, all the way from personal life, education, friendships, work, um, my books, whatever it is. Write down your accomplishment, because it does feel good to say that I've accomplished this. I've worked hard and I've done this, and I do see the fruits of my labor, right? It can be an awesome feeling. Even though sometimes you may not have anyone to really share with, it can be an awesome feeling. Another thing that I'm learning to do for myself is to write down the things that I want. And in writing down the things that I want, list steps that will help me get there. It can be challenging. Right now, I'm in a certification course. I am um, reestablishing myself as an editor, and so I'm getting certified on that end. And I am 5 weeks into my course. It is a 4 to 8 week course, I believe. It can go up to 12 weeks, but I decided to, instead of quick, jump into it and doing the short term, which is the 4 weeks, I decided to really take my time with it and do at least 6 to 8 weeks, so that I can just, not feel rushed. But that's one of the things that I wanted to reestablish myself in my publishing company, and that is to make sure that I have a better understanding in modern day editing, and what's out there and what to look for and what do I need to be doing, and find myself as an editor. And although I can bring on editors and I work with editors, I can also do it myself. But sometimes it's so tedious, you just want to hand off the task. Um, so yeah, I'm taking that editor certification course. And so I had written that down before I enrolled into it. I wrote down, what do I need to do, or what is one thing that I can do towards my business, that is beneficial, that won't take a whole lot of my time, and I can see the fruits of my labor afterwards. And that was getting a certification and being an editor. And so I wrote it down. And when you write it down and you see things on paper, you're more prone to doing it. And so I wrote it down on my to-do list, and I just felt that. Anybody else like that? When you put something on your to-do list, you're just like, I have to do it, even if it's something small as take out the trash, right? You feel like, I have to do it. It is on my to-do list, and I have to cross it off. I just have to, right? And so because it was written on paper, to take this course, I had to do it, and I enrolled, and it sort of motivated me and pushed me to get it done, right? And so writing things down that I want to do and the steps that will help me get there is beneficial, right? So let's go back and look um, at some of the things. Smiling a little bit more, um, writing down the things that you've accomplished already, writing down the things that you want to accomplish with a list of things that can help you get there. I believe there was one more, and I don't know why I am drawing a blank right now, but I believe there was one more. But y'all help me out. If there was one more, let me know in the comments what it was. But another thing is, that other thing was, if I'm saying it right, uh, taking time for yourself and recharging as a person, staying away from people sometimes, right? But collectively, those things really boost my morale, and it really helps me out because you can get in this sort of funk in life. You can feel like you're working so hard, and just the fruits of your labor, it's not showing, and you feel like you've been working at this thing 10, 15 years, and every time you turn on social media outlets, everybody else feels like because everything that glitter ain't gold. So be careful what you see online, because a good portion of the time it's not what it seems, right? But it feels like people are advancing more than you. It feels like, oh, I've been trying to buy a house for the last 10 years and I just can't seem to afford it. But every time I turn on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, that everybody's buying a home. People that are, uh, don't even have a steady job or steady income are buying homes, and you're like, dang, I've been working so hard and consistently saving and consistently this and consistently that, and just I can't afford it. I can't this. Or you feel like you've been working hard on a job and you're overlooked for promotion, or you feel like you've been trying to go back to school to get your education, and it feels like it's taking you forever because you can only take one class at a time because you are a working adult or you're raising a family. Um, Whatever it is, dealing with sickness, whatever it is. Um, and I just feel like we all get to that place in our life, and we just feel like it is um, a point where we are trying, where we have to like reconsider things. We have to reconsider who we are. We can reconsider what our motives are in life and reevaluate. And so the last thing that I do want to say to you that is helping me on this journey, because like I said, again, I'm human and it gets real tough. Behind the scenes, you don't know what goes on, right? In anyone's life. But the last thing that I want to share is to step back and reevaluate. Step back, reevaluate who you are, reevaluate who you want to be, what you're about, where you're headed, and what you need to do to get there. Just reevaluate everything. And so that's really what I'm trying to do, is just reevaluate some things, because it is, mm, let me tell you, I was in a funk um, for the last week because I couldn't get out of my head. Oh, I couldn't get out of my head. But thank God for Jesus, because I had to motivate myself. I had to encourage myself. I turned on that Kiki Kiara shared, that Karen Clark shared. I turned on some motivation. I turned on some prayers. I turned on some different things to sort of help me get out of that funk. And so I just want to encourage you today to consider these tips that I gave you. Consider these things that I'm doing for myself. This is just what I'm doing for me. I'm in no way saying that this is going to be helpful for you, but if it is helpful for you, then praise be to Jesus, okay? But thank you so much again for watching this video. I encourage you to really just breathe, take a deep breath, step back, and sort of reevaluate your life, reevaluate who you are, what you want to do, where you want to be. And you're not alone. There are so many people, even though a lot of people won't talk about it, there are so many people that get to this place in life, okay? No matter who you are, you could be raising a family, married with children, right? And still feel that way. Or you could be single like myself, have books out, going after things, education wise and everything, and still feel that way, right? So there's no respective persons. We're all in this together, and I encourage you as I continue to encourage myself. So my goal for today is, even though we wear masks, right, because of what's going on in our current economy, my goal for today is when this camera turns off, that I can continue to smile. That is my goal, Toy. Just smile. That'll be all for this video today. I hope you like my little chats that I'm giving you on the daily, or throughout the week. I don't know if I can keep up with it daily, but thank you again for watching. It's really helpful and beneficial to me. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button, hit that bell, like, share the video, do all the wonderful things that they tell you to do in the videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever it is, wherever you're watching. Okay, do all those things. And while you're at it, stop at my website. The link and information will be down below. Code YAY10 for 10% off of your purchase. Your support is greatly appreciated. And my goal for today is to smile. Love you guys. You be well. Bye for now.